Halloween is a fun time for many people, but going from all this into this is a pretty difficult task. The task of categorizing objects into distinct categories is a great job for AI. By taking many images of each type of candy and labeling it, we can train a model to then go and detect what type of candy it is and give it that label no matter what. For this project, I will be using Edge Impulse, along with their mobile client. I will use my phone to gather images, process them, upload them, train the model with it, and then switch back to live classification mode. And from that, it can label whatever candy it sees with a certain probability in real time. Okay, so here inside the Edge Impulse Studio, we are now in the Create an Impulse area. So because we are working with image data, that will be our input. Then for processing, we'll add an image block, and that will help us to reduce the size, reduce the color depth, and shrink down how much data we have to train. And then finally, we'll do transfer learning, because that's optimized for images, and that's what it recommends. So go and add that. You can see that we have our 5 labels. So Kit Kat, none, Reese's, Sour Patch, and Twizzler. And then it comes from the image input. So we'll go and save that. And then go over to image. So you can see the output from there. So we'll go and save that. And then finally generate the features. So this flattens it and goes through and processes each pixel in the image. So now let's go ahead and go to transfer learning, and this is where we're going to train the model from that data. So we have our input layer, taking all the pixels. We'll go through a mobile net layer, and then finally our output. Okay, so our training is now done. We reached a 72% accuracy, so not too good, but I'm sure with more data it would greatly improve it. Now we can go and switch over to live classification. It should return Sour Patch. And it was correct. So we can see here that our model outputted Sour Patch as the result. We can also do an empty one. And there we go. It correctly identified it. So now let's go and go over to the phone and see what that does. So as you can see, I have now switched to live classification mode on the mobile client. So right in front of me, I have the Sour Patch Kids package. So now I can just take a picture of that. It'll interface, and let's see what it comes up with. A 96% confidence value. So now let's go and do something a bit tougher. We'll do a Kit Kat and see how that works. So take a picture. And it correctly identified it as a Kit Kat with 75% confidence. Now finally, we'll do a Twizzler. So this will be a bit tougher. And it recognized it correctly again with 87% confidence. So overall, the system works really well. And in the future, I hope to expand this type of project to an automatic sorting machine, which can take in a large amount of objects, identify them, and then put them where they belong.